PCOS Awareness Month, so I would just want to know what, according to you, is the quickest and the shortest effective workout.
PCOS is a very complicated thing. You know, my sister just went through endometriosis, a surgery. And it's a condition that is extremely painful. And it's happening a lot with women. So I think it's definitely a lifestyle shift that one needs to make. I think cutting down on aerated drinks, a lot of junk food, maintaining a circadian rhythm for starters, breathing, because you know when your cortisol levels are high, everything, it's like a domino effect. So definitely having a bit of, having awareness when you are breathing, when you are eating. You know, I say this a lot, have a workout regime, but I feel in all our fast-paced lives that we lead, we're not able to maintain a discipline. I would say for the women who are above 35, definitely please include your vitamins. It's like, when you're making a dish, you put in all the ingredients and you forget to put jeera. I'm not saying salt. The dish will turn out good, but you will know that you're missing something not there. That's how important supplementation is. So even with PCOS and all of that, try simple asanas. Firstly, breathing can definitely change the way your cortisol levels, and sitting in simple Vajrasan. Malasan is brilliant. You know, it really works, for women especially. Malasan is something that I swear by. Bhujangasana. And just breathing exercises.
So yoga or Pilates, what would your preference be? Why and why? What would you suggest to people?
You know, Pilates was formed for rehabilitation for dancers and people, soldiers who went to war. So it worked really well for them when they're coming out of injuries. Yoga is the single most holistic way to kind of balance your mind, your body, and your soul. It's something that no amount of Pilates or weight training can do. So, every kind of workout regime helps you kind of unlock another secret. And yoga, I think, is a science. It's not something I do for my body. I think it's always mind over body. And once people understand that your mind is more powerful than your body, people will start understanding and valuing what comes from our country, and that's yoga.
A controversial one, coffee or tea?
I've always had my tea. So without my 2 cups of tea, I'm a wreck. So I need my tea. It's a prerequisite. So my husband's like, he's like, have you had your tea? Early in the morning, he approaches me like that. He knows that, no, what yoga can't do, tea does for me.
Outdoor walks or treadmill walks?
Outdoor walks. But please understand that I come from a milieu where I get recognized, and that is a blessing. But when it comes to walking outdoor, I think it would definitely be an impediment in my fat burning strife, because people would keep coming and wanting to take photos, and then it will be pointless. So I'd rather just be in the confines of my home and just walk. There have been researches where they've proven that if you go to a place where there are a lot of trees around you, you're surrounded by a lot of trees, mountains, just waterfall, the sounds of water, bells, the sounds of nature the smell of nature has immense power to cure you. So people who are dealing with depression, anxiety, this would be a quick fix in a way that you cannot even imagine. So for people who find it very stifling to be in a gym or in their own home, and if they're suffering with anxiety, forget weight loss, put that on the side. Let's park that on the side. I just feel I want more children especially to go out there, get dirty, walk, do the stuff that we did back in the day. Just if we could start living how people lived 70 years ago, we'll be a healthier community. We've started counting our steps on a watch. We've started that has started to define what we should do and what we shouldn't. Listen to your gut, and that's how I've lived. Do stuff that's natural. Eat stuff that's natural.
Okay, the last one, sourdough bread or multigrain bread, since it's been trending all over the internet and it's about wellness, so we have to speak about it.
For me, definitely sourdough, because it has lactobacillus and it has probiotics. There's a different way that it's fermented, and it's definitely a more natural way to eat bread than to have yeast and bread that is made with raising agents.